Hey fellas, welcome to part 1 where I'm converting a 1/48 scale Monogram B-24 Liberator into a PB4Y-2 Privateer. I'm just going to call it the Privateer because I don't know if I can remember all them letters. Anyway, this was sent to me by a customer they build a lot of planes for, and apparently they don't make a 1/48 scale Privateer. But there are a couple resin conversion sets out there. And he actually bought this conversion set from a guy that makes them out of his garage. So it's not going to be like a factory resin set where you've got a lot of detail. This is going to be like this was made by a modeler, scratch builder, whatever. So the parts aren't real detailed. I have to add all the detail and stuff in. So it's going to be rather difficult. I'd never heard of the plane before. And till the guy asked me to build it. So he sent me a couple books. And I mean, it looks like a pretty cool plane. Now, from what I understand, they how it differs from the B-24, and it differs in a lot of ways, but basically they'd extended the fuselage 7 feet. They changed the tail from a twin tail to like a single. It almost looks like a B-24 vertical or B-17 vertical stabilizer. And then they've added some side blisters and different engines and deleted some stuff and added some turrets. And it's going to be quite an extensive conversion. So I've already gotten started, but I thought we'd take this opportunity to take a look at the parts and what I'm going to have to do. And I wasn't initially going to do a build video on this because this was going to be such a, I don't know, time-consuming thing for me. But I thought, yeah, what the heck? I don't think there's any videos out there of this. So let's film it, and so you guys can learn from my mistakes, and hopefully I don't screw it up too bad. All right, so let's take a look at kind of the differences. Now, here are the Monogram instructions, and you can see by the picture how there's a little bit, if I can get it out of the light, there's a big difference in the length. As you can see here, they've extended it. The tail's a lot different. The engines, which you can't hardly see, are a little bit different, but this has got the superchargers, and this one doesn't. The ball turret on the front, a couple of turrets on top, and only one up here. So there's going to be a lot of changes. Now, the instructions that the resin kit manufacturer provides are basically like 4 pages of plans, and they're not real in-depth. And so I'm going to have to rely on a lot of the reference pictures. But the first thing that I wanted to accomplish, which I have done, is removing or cutting this section here for the 7-foot extension. And I've used my digital calipers to measure, and this is pretty accurate. I think it's like 44.45 millimeters, which in 1/48 scale equates to 7 feet in real life. So this is accurate from my calculations. And I ended up just kind of taping the fuselage halves together and ended up cutting. Now, the guy that sells this, it shows he had cut right along here, and I guess it filled in the turret. But on here, he has you cut and leave this circle. So I decided to do it how the instructions showed, and I also had to cut a little bit out on top right here, so this will fit in just like so. And it did take a little manipulating, but I did get it to fit, and it looks like it's going to match up. Now, what I plan to do is add some strips of styrene in here. So it's going to be like a male plug, and I'm just going to plug this in, and I'm going to do the same for this end as well. So it's just going to marry up like that. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to fill. I'm going to have to replace some material right here, which shouldn't be too difficult. The next thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut this front end off and basically do the same thing. And I think there's no extension here. It's just basically, I'm gonna have to cut this front end off kind of evenly. I think the difficult part is going to be getting it to marry up so it's not cockeyed. And again, I'll probably utilize strips of styrene inside of here to make a male plug and just plug it in, and that way I can manipulate it and glue it, and it should be okay. Here's a little ball turret that they made, and it's a pretty nice little casting. But again, these parts don't have any detail. There are no panel lines, there are no rivets, so I'm gonna have to put all that in. The panel lines aren't going to be that big of an issue, but using my riveting tool in resin, I haven't had much luck with that, so we'll see how that goes. But this will fit on here just like so, and that's it for that part. So I've got a pretty decent start. I did all that yesterday, and kind of, you know, I'm working on the front today. So let's take a look at some of the other stuff. All right, here's a quick view of the parts, and we'll take a look at the wings. And these are heavy pieces of resin, pretty solid. And you know, there's not a lot of, there's no detail here, and the molding isn't the greatest in the world, but we can take care of that. Not that big of an issue. And then these fit on here just like so. And then you've got the front part of the cowl, fits on there like that. So that actually, I think, should go together pretty well. I am going to have to cut the ends of the wings off right about there, and so this section should just mate up right there into that male section right there, and then these will fit right into the fuselage. And let's see if we can take a look at it here. So it should kind of just go like that into the fuselage. And I did test fit, I think this one. I don't know if I got it all in there or not, but it looks like it's going to marry up to the fuselage pretty well. So I think as far as like getting everything to fit, the guy did a pretty good job from what I've seen. It's just, I think with the detail, you just have to add all the detail to it. The vertical and horizontal stabilizers, they're molded really well, and they're pretty smooth. There's not going to be, you know, I'm just going to have to add the panel lines and rivets in them, but those actually look pretty good. All these other detail parts, you know, I'm just going to have to figure out where those go, and obviously that's for some kind of a turret. And I'm just going to have to use my reference picks because the instructions really don't outline exactly where all these things go like you would see in a normal model kit. One of the big things, my big concerns, are these side blisters. Now the real thing, I think, has like 3 windows up here, and then the bottom's all painted, and there's like an opening that runs horizontal along the center line where the gun points out. So I don't know if I'm going to have to cut this out or how I'm going to handle that part. I think for the window glass, I'm just going to mask and paint, and I think that will represent, I don't think I'm going to have to like add any other styrene, but getting that horizontal opening in there for the gun, I think, is going to be a little bit of an issue, and I'm going to have to think about that. So these are all the parts. You know, some of these little resin parts, like the guns and stuff, you know, if you've dealt with resin, these little parts look pretty good. If we can get the camera to focus. I mean, there is a lot of detail in these little parts. I just got to figure out where they all go. So that's where those 2 books are going to be coming in handy. So that's it. I'm going to get on with working and taking my time with this one and measuring thrice and cutting once. So I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.